Hey guys, welcome back to the OVC YouTube channel. Today Daniel's going to be telling us about his camp experience. How are you doing, Daniel?
I'm fine, thanks, and you?
Great, thank you. So things off, do you want to tell us where you were placed in America?
I was based in New York, Pennsylvania.
New York,
at Camp Equinunk and Blue Ridge.
Okay, now what type of camp was it? Was it at all girls or boys or religious camp?
It's quite a unique camp, so they have boys side and then they have girls side, and then you just cross a hill and you can go to the boys side or the girls side. So all the boys would work on Equinunk and then all the girls would go to Blue Ridge, and then we would meet up every night for evening activity.
Okay.
And it was a sports camp.
Okay, that's cool. And what did you normally do with the kids activity wise?
So I was a general counselor, so I would follow them to every activity, and we would do like swimming, baseball, soccer, go to the lake. Then they would have the water park on the lake. You could jet ski, fish, lots of things.
Oh wow, that's so cool. And what was your favorite activity out of all of those?
The water park on the lake.
Okay, that's cool. So when you first got to camp, what team building activities did you have with the other camp counselors?
So it was quite unique because I went to the hotel, so we like all met, and then we did like a few activities there, just because we had people who stayed at the camp that were wearing Equinunk shirts, so we all knew each other. Then from there we did like fun games on the bus, and then once we arrived at camp, we did like a few games like touches and then basketball and things like that. And then we would also have like camp videos, and then all like the agencies would come and tell us like how to do lessons in swimming so no one would drown and things like that.
Okay, cool. So did you do any like first aid training or any training like that where you got actual certificates afterwards?
Yes, we did that the first week of camp. So we did CPR training, and then if you were a lifeguard, you also had to do the lifeguard training at camp, so you could get the American version, they both last 2 years.
Okay, all right. And how did you feel being disconnected from the world, not having Wi-Fi all the time or being on your phone or anything like that?
It was actually quite fine. We were so busy, so you didn't even really notice.
Okay.
Sometimes you would even forget to go to the Wi-Fi because you were so busy.
Well, that's cool.
So even at night, you were just too tired and you just wanted to sleep, so you would forget about it.
Yeah. And then what did a normal day-to-day routine look like for you?
So we would wake up in the morning about 7 at Reveille. Then we would have half an hour to get like us ready and the kids ready. But there was 3 of us in a bunk, and then we had 12 kids. So then all of us would take turns, unless it was someone's day off. Then from there we would go to line up, and we would say like what our first 5 activities would be for the morning. And then from there we would go into breakfast, eat breakfast. Then after breakfast we'd have half an hour to do clean up with the kids. Mm-hmm. And then from there they would change it to whatever activity they had in the morning, and then we would start the day like that.
Okay, nice. How did you feel with the support given on program with the partners in America?
We're actually very supportive, so we'll get like an email once a week for them to check in, like ask if we're all okay. And then I was very fortunate both years when I went. We also had people coming from South Africa, and then they would come talk to us and see if we were okay, how we were doing from home, and then they would bring us some things from home. And in America, they always came and checked on us and see how we're doing, because in America they do like that camp thing where they go and check on all the camps to see how every staff is doing. So they were very supportive.
Yes, and they make sure you're all right and all of that. And where the other camp counselors from? I'm sure you had a wide variety of people that you were working with.
Yes. Most of them were from England, Australia or New Zealand. Then we had a few from Ireland, and then there was only one other South African.
Okay, wow. And what was your reasoning for choosing OVC to do your camp program?
I actually met Annika when she came to school for the career day. Okay. And then from there, like we had such a great connection, and then we started talking like that, and then she showed me all the options, like au pairing, camp, Thailand, hospitality, and then from that I just liked the options, and then I chose OVC.
Oh wow, that's really cool. How did you deal with homesickness or culture shock when you were on your program?
Surprisingly, I never got either. So it was actually quite fun. because like our camp, they did so many things that kept us so busy that took our minds off everything. So we were never really so busy. And the nice thing is I was general counselor, so we was only there for a week before the kids came. So then the kids also take your mind off it, and because you're dealing with their homesickness instead of your own.
All right. And how were your living conditions there? The
living conditions were excellent. So what we would have a bunk, but we'd have 2 conjoining bunks, and then we would each have our own space, and then we would get the corner bed, so we'd have longer, then the shower, and then the bathrooms, and then we had cleaning staff all the time coming through there in the morning and at night to make sure it was all clean and everything, so it was quite nice.
Okay. And the food at camp, how was that?
Food was actually quite nice at camp. We actually still miss the chicken nuggets and stuff from camp. Yes.
Oh, that's cool. And so were you able to go out on weekends and stuff, or were you there like full time and then used your travel month at the end?
So our camp was actually nice. So I think we had 250 boy staff.
Okay.
So they split it up into counselors and specialists, and then they alternate days off. So you had 1 day off a week, and then you had 4 nights off a week, and then they would alternate Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay. And then what did you normally do on your days or time off? What did you do?
So we had lots of options. So we have a sign-up sheet, and then you get to choose where you want to go. So then you can have you can either go to, the lake was called Skinner's, or you can go to the mall, or you could go to town, or if you wanted, and your day off was the next day, like me and my friends did it last year, where we went to New York for a full day off, and then the next day our night off.
Okay.
So you could do lots at our camp.
Did you do a lot of traveling while you were in the States? After
Yes, first year I did a lot of traveling. Last year I only did about a week and a half. But I went from everywhere from the East Coast to the West Coast, went to Miami, LA, San Francisco, San Diego, New York, Boston, everywhere.
Oh, awesome. I love Boston. What was your favorite city or place that you went to?
I can't choose between San Diego and Miami. Just the sun, and there's so much to do there, and the beaches and the surfing.
Okay. No, I definitely agree with that.
Yes.
What were your feelings when the kids arrived at camp on the first day? What was going on?
It was quite exciting. They were all still hyped up on sugar from their 2-hour bus drive. But it was quite fun. Then it was nice because they gave us time to get to know them for a bit, for like the first 3 hours where we helped them. Well, our camp is also lucky, so they just arrived and then they're getting into activities, because during our orientation week we also unpack the kids' stuff.
Okay.
So then when they get there, because I had the youngest kids at camp, so they were about 7 years old. So then you have to keep them busy so that they don't get homesickness and everything.
Yeah. And do the kids get home on camp? How do you help them with that?
Usually it's only the first week that they get homesick, and then we just tell them like, yeah, you guys are lucky you're only like a 2-hour bus ride away from home. We are 24 to 32-hour flights from home. Then that takes their mind off, and then we just start talking about like their favorite sports teams and stuff like that, and then it takes their mind off it, because they only usually get homesick when they're tired at night.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And now, what were your feelings when they all started packing up and heading home?
It's actually quite sad. Some parents, like, they still send letters to us and talk to us and everything, but it was quite sad, and you still miss them. And it was quite nice because I did it 2 years, so last year I went there, all my kids from my first year still remembered me, and we spoke about memories, and some of them still wanted me only to do their hair and stuff like that.
Okay. So do a lot of the kids come back for multiple years for their camp?
Yes.
Okay.
So our camp's tradition based, so like the thing is we call it alumni, so they have their parents who went to that camp, then the kids go there, and they go all the way from sophomores, and then they call it CAs in training, so counselors in training.
Okay.
And they still do it to them, and then they become counselors. So every bunk will have 2 international counselors and 1 American counselor. So like they go there from when they're small all the way till they're older.
Okay.
And they become counselors themselves.
Well, that's cool that they keep the tradition going. I love that.
Yeah. And then at Colour War, like all the parents come back and everything. So it's like whole family traditions. And then they have all the signboards and all the Colour War boards from like when their parents were there. It's quite nice.
That's cool. And do you still keep in contact with the other camp counselors that you met there?
Yes, still have lots that we still keep in touch. We still even have groups from first year and second year. Yeah.
And do you all like meet up, or maybe you have plans to go visit them in England or America?
Yes.
Maybe?
So what our campus does is they have reunions. So every year they do 2 reunions. Most of the counsellors from England, so they'll do it in England. And then many people want to come to South Africa now and also visit here and see. So we all still keep in contact and Skype and everything.
Oh, awesome. Love that. You didn't earn like a set salary. It was more of pocket money that you were earning at the camp. So what did you spend this on? Did you save it all for traveling at the end, or how did you?
So what our camp did, we were very fortunate. So our camp, like, they supplied us with everything. So we got fed 3 meals a day. Then, like, if you bought money, you could, like, they had soda machines and stuff like that. So usually on like nights off, if we didn't want them, we'd go to Walmart and spend our money. But what our camp does is they pay you stipends throughout the summer, and then they give you a completion bonus, which is most of your money. So it's like a large portion of your pocket money at the end. So you can't really spend it during camp. And plus you don't need to, because you're so busy and active, and the camp supplies you with everything. So you're very fortunate like that.
Yes. And do you have any advice to other people who are looking to sign up for the camp program? What would you tell them?
I would highly recommend it, as like it helps you grow as a person, and it helps you grow independently. Plus you make friends for life, and it's all international. You have international, so it allows you other travel opportunities and things like that. And it also helps you grow within yourself. And then, you know, like if you don't know if you want to study yet or what you want to study yet, if you do this, it really helps you decide and helps you grow as a person like that.
So did it help you decide on what you want for your future and what you want to study, maybe?
Yes, it did.
So what are you doing, if I may ask?
Well, I'm studying now at the moment, so I'm in my second year.
Okay.
Now, and it helped me like decide, like I wanted to do software engineering, so I decided to do that.
And you're going to keep the tradition going on with going to camps every year, or try to when you can?
Yes. Well, this year was supposed to be my last year, because next year will be my last year in university. So I won't be able to. My degree makes me have to study. I have to work in the next break, so it won't. I can't go back next year.
That's okay.
Fortunately.
Yeah. And do you have any memorable experiences or stories that you would like to share with us today? It might be like just like a funny incident that happened with the kids at camp, with telling stories around the bonfire, or maybe one of
yes. You have quite a few. Well, we have this one kid where he was looking, and then we call it like a scout report. So every Tuesday we would have a bonfire around the fire, and then they would always come. So it was this one boy, Oscar, and he just told us about how he saw this fly in the wall, and he had to run around, and he was rescuing the fly, and he ran around all the bushes in camp to try and find its mother to put him back with his mother.
Nice.
It was quite funny and cute.
Oh, sweet. So thank you for taking time out your day to speak to me.
Oh, no problem at all.
It's
nice to always reminisce about camp.
Yeah. And else that's watching, please remember to like the video and subscribe below. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.